When you eat eggs, you probably think you're fueling your body with clean, natural protein. But what if I told you that you could be poisoning yourself with more than 16,000 harmful bacteria and toxins just by making one of 7 common mistakes? It sounds unbelievable, but recent food safety studies prove it. In 2023, researchers from the University of Georgia found that even a perfectly good-looking egg can harbor Salmonella enteritidis, a bacteria that multiplies to over 16,021 colonies when eggs are cooked or stored the wrong way. And that's just one of the many dangers hidden behind the shell. Most people have no idea how fragile eggs really are. One small slip in temperature, a wrong type of oil, or reheating method can completely transform their structure. The healthy fats inside the yolk become oxidized. The proteins harden into something your body struggles to digest, and dangerous compounds like advanced glycation end products start forming. The same toxins linked to heart failure, memory loss, and joint inflammation. The result? You think you're eating a wholesome breakfast, but inside your body, inflammation is quietly spreading. That's why in this video, we'll reveal the 7 most dangerous egg mistakes that could quietly be harming your body and how to fix each one fast for maximum health benefits. And stick around because number 2 might shock you the most. It's something millions do every morning, and studies show it can nearly double your risk of artery damage and premature aging. Reference for every claim is listed right below. Go check the sources yourself if you love real science. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. How old were you when you first started eating eggs daily? And do you still eat them every morning? We're actually reading and replying to every single comment today. So, drop yours below and join the conversation. Now, without any further ado, let's start with the first point, which ruins your egg before you even turn on the stove. Throwing away the yolk. The first big mistake people make with eggs is discarding the yolk and only eating the whites, thinking they're being healthy by avoiding cholesterol and fat. This seemingly smart choice actually robs you of the most nutritious part of the egg and can paradoxically worsen your health markers. The egg yolk contains 100% of the fats, soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, along with 90% of the calcium, iron, phosphorus, zinc, thiamine, folate, vitamin B6, and vitamin B12 found in eggs. When you throw away the yolk, you're literally throwing away the vitamin D that helps your body absorb calcium, the choline that protects your brain from dementia, and the lutein and zeaxanthin that prevent macular degeneration. A 2018 study from the University of Connecticut found that people who ate whole eggs actually had better cholesterol profiles than those who ate only egg whites, with HDL cholesterol increasing by 15% in the whole egg group compared to just 3% in the egg white group. The researchers discovered that the cholesterol in egg yolks doesn't translate directly to blood cholesterol for 70% of the population, because your liver actually produces less cholesterol when you eat more of it. The yolk also contains lecithin, which helps your body process and eliminate cholesterol more efficiently. Even more fascinating, the fat in egg yolks is essential for absorbing the protein in the whites, and without it, you only absorb about 50% of the available protein. The yolk contains unique compounds called phospholipids that actually help reduce inflammation in your body, with one study showing a 23% reduction in C-reactive protein levels when people ate 2 whole eggs daily for 12 weeks. If you're concerned about calories, consider that the 55 calories in a yolk provide more nutrition per calorie than almost any other food on Earth. And the healthy fats keep you satisfied for hours longer than egg whites alone, which can actually lead to greater calorie consumption later in the day. The best way to maximize benefits from whole eggs is to buy pasture-raised eggs when possible, as they contain 3 times more vitamin E, 7 times more beta-carotene, and twice the omega-3 fatty acids compared to conventional eggs. Then cook them gently to preserve the heat-sensitive vitamins while still making the protein bioavailable. But even this nutritional powerhouse becomes useless if you're making the next mistake: eating eggs with the wrong foods. The second most dangerous mistake is combining eggs with foods that block nutrient absorption or create harmful compounds in your digestive system. Most people don't realize that certain common breakfast combinations can turn eggs from a superfood into a nutritional disaster. When you eat eggs with coffee, the tannins and polyphenols in coffee can bind to the iron in eggs and reduce absorption by up to 60%. According to a study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, this is particularly problematic because the iron in eggs is already in a form that's harder for your body to absorb, and many people, especially women, are already iron deficient. Similarly, eating eggs with tea reduces iron absorption by up to 64%, and the calcium in milk or yogurt can interfere with iron absorption by 50 to 60%. But the problems go beyond just iron. When you cook eggs with processed meats like bacon or sausage at high temperatures, the combination creates compounds called heterocyclic amines and advanced glycation end products that increase cancer risk by up to 40%, according to research from the National Cancer Institute. The nitrates in processed meats combine with amines in eggs to form nitrosamines, which are known carcinogens that damage your DNA. Even seemingly healthy combinations can backfire, as eating eggs with high-fiber foods, like whole-grain toast or oatmeal, can reduce protein absorption by 25% because fiber speeds up digestive transit time before your body can fully break down and absorb the egg proteins. A 2020 study found that people who ate eggs with vegetables high in vitamin C, like tomatoes, peppers, or spinach, absorbed 3 times more iron than those who ate eggs alone, while adding just 100 milliliters of vitamin C to an egg meal increased iron absorption by 367%. The optimal way to eat eggs for maximum nutrient absorption is to pair them with vitamin C-rich vegetables cooked in healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. Wait at least 30 minutes before drinking coffee or tea, and avoid processed meats entirely in favor of vegetables or small amounts of fresh herbs and spices that actually enhance nutrient absorption. The timing of your egg consumption matters just as much as what you eat them with. Before we go further, hit like and subscribe with the bell on, because what's coming next could save your health. Eating eggs at the wrong time. The third biggest mistake is consuming eggs at times when your body can't properly digest them or when they interfere with your natural hormonal rhythms. Your digestive system follows a circadian rhythm, and research from the Salk Institute shows that eating protein-rich foods like eggs at the wrong times can disrupt your metabolism and even contribute to weight gain. When you eat eggs late at night, your digestive enzymes are naturally lower, reducing protein absorption by up to 30% and causing the undigested proteins to ferment in your gut, leading to bloating, gas, and inflammation. A 2021 study published in Cell Metabolism found that people who ate their protein-rich meals within an 8-hour window during daylight hours had 18% better insulin sensitivity and 13% lower inflammation markers compared to those who ate the same food spread throughout the day and evening. Your body produces the most digestive enzymes and stomach acid between 7:00 a.m. and 2:00 p.m., making this the optimal window for egg consumption. Eating eggs first thing in the morning on an empty stomach can cause rapid spikes in amino acid levels that your body can't fully utilize, wasting up to 20% of the protein, while eating them too late can interfere with growth hormone production during sleep, which peaks between 10:00 p.m. and 2:00 a.m. and requires low insulin levels to function properly. The sulfur compounds in eggs can also cause sleep disturbances when consumed within 3 hours of bedtime, reducing REM sleep by an average of 12 minutes, according to sleep studies. Additionally, athletes who ate eggs immediately after intense exercise absorbed 40% less protein than those who waited 2 hours, because blood flow is diverted away from the digestive system during and immediately after exercise. The ideal time to eat eggs for maximum benefit is between 9 a.m. and noon, at least 2 hours after waking, to allow your digestive system to fully activate, paired with some form of physical activity within 2 hours before or after consumption to enhance protein synthesis, and never within 4 hours of bedtime to avoid disrupting your sleep and hormone production. Yet, even perfect timing won't help if you're overcooking your eggs. Overcooking your eggs. The fourth most dangerous mistake people make is cooking eggs at high temperatures or for too long, which destroys nutrients and creates toxic compounds that damage your cells. When you fry eggs until the edges are crispy, or scramble them until they're completely dry, you're not just ruining the taste, you're literally creating carcinogens. Cooking eggs at temperatures above 320 Fahrenheit causes the cholesterol to oxidize, forming compounds called oxysterols that are 100 times more damaging to your arteries than regular cholesterol. According to research from the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, these oxidized cholesterol molecules trigger inflammation in your blood vessels and can increase heart disease risk by up to 30%. High heat also destroys up to 85% of the heat-sensitive B vitamins in eggs, including folate, which is crucial for DNA repair and preventing birth defects. The antioxidants lutein and zeaxanthin that protect your eyes drop by 50% when eggs are fried at high heat compared to gentle poaching. A 2019 study found that eggs cooked at high temperatures for more than 10 minutes produced 5 times more advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which accelerate aging and increase diabetes risk by damaging your cells and creating inflammation throughout your body. The protein in overcooked eggs also becomes denatured in a way that makes it harder to digest, reducing bioavailability by up to 25% and causing more stress on your kidneys. Even the cooking method matters significantly, as deep frying eggs can add up to 100 calories of oxidized oils that create free radicals in your body. While microwaving eggs causes uneven heating that creates hot spots where nutrients are destroyed and cold spots where harmful bacteria might survive. The healthiest way to cook eggs is to use low to medium heat, keeping the temperature below 280 F, which means gentle poaching for 3 to 4 minutes, soft boiling for 6 to 7 minutes, or scrambling very slowly over low heat while stirring constantly and removing them from heat while still slightly wet. Steam cooking eggs in a covered pan with a tablespoon of water creates perfectly cooked eggs without oxidizing the cholesterol or destroying the vitamins. And adding a splash of vinegar to poaching water helps the proteins coagulate faster at lower temperatures, preserving more nutrients. But temperature isn't the only storage issue that can make eggs dangerous. Storing eggs incorrectly. The fifth biggest mistake is improper egg storage that allows bacteria to multiply or nutrients to degrade, turning fresh eggs into ticking time bombs of food poisoning. Most people don't realize that eggs can absorb up to 7,000 different odors and flavors through their porous shells, which means storing them near onions, fish, or strong cheeses literally changes their chemical composition and can create off flavors and potentially harmful compounds. The temperature fluctuations from storing eggs in the refrigerator door, where most fridges have egg holders, causes condensation that washes away the protective cuticle on the shell, allowing bacteria to penetrate the egg up to 40 times faster, according to USDA research. Every time you open the fridge door, the temperature can swing by 5 to 8 degrees. And these fluctuations cause the egg whites to break down and become watery, losing up to 30% of their protein quality. A University of Nebraska study found that eggs stored in the door spoiled 2 weeks faster than those stored in the main compartment, where temperatures remain stable. The practice of washing eggs, common in the United States, removes the natural protective bloom that keeps bacteria out, which is why American eggs must be refrigerated while European eggs can be stored at room temperature for weeks. Storing eggs pointy side up instead of pointy side down causes the air cell to move toward the yolk, allowing bacteria to reach the nutrient-rich center faster and increasing spoilage risk by 60%. Keeping eggs in their original carton prevents moisture loss that can cause eggs to lose a full grade of quality in just 1 week, dropping from grade AA to grade A as the whites thin out and the yolks flatten. The carton also prevents eggs from absorbing odors and protects them from light, which can degrade riboflavin by up to 50%. Pre-cracking eggs and storing them increases bacterial growth exponentially, with Salmonella multiplying from 100 cells to over 1 million in just 4 hours at room temperature. The optimal storage method is keeping eggs in their original carton on a middle shelf of the refrigerator where temperature stays constant between 33 and 40 °C. Always storing them large end up to keep the air cell at the top. Using them within 3 weeks of purchase for maximum nutrition, and never washing them until immediately before use to preserve the protective coating. Speaking of bacteria, the next mistake involves contamination risks most people never consider. Cross-contamination during preparation. The sixth most dangerous mistake is allowing invisible cross-contamination during egg preparation that spreads salmonella and other pathogens throughout your kitchen, potentially infecting multiple meals for days afterward. Research from the University of Arizona found that 75% of kitchen sponges and dishcloths tested positive for salmonella after being used to clean up raw egg spills. And these contaminated cleaning tools then spread bacteria to an average of 7 other surfaces every time they were used. When you crack eggs on the edge of a bowl or pan, tiny shell fragments and bacteria spray in a 3-foot radius that most people never notice or clean, contaminating countertops, utensils, and even nearby foods with potentially deadly pathogens. The FDA found that salmonella can survive on dry surfaces for up to 4 weeks and multiply rapidly when it finds moisture, meaning that invisible egg residue on your counter can infect foods prepared weeks later. Using the same cutting board or knife for eggs, and then other foods without proper sanitization, causes what microbiologists call bacterial highways, where pathogens travel from surface to surface, multiplying at each stop. A study from Kansas State University used fluorescent tracking and found that bacteria from raw eggs spread to refrigerator handles, spice containers, and sink faucets within 5 minutes of handling. And these high-touch surfaces then contaminated the hands of everyone in the household. Even more concerning, 92% of people don't wash their hands long enough after handling raw eggs, with the average hand washing lasting just 6 seconds instead of the recommended 20 seconds needed to remove salmonella. The shells themselves are the biggest risk, harboring up to 100,000 bacteria per shell, including not just salmonella, but also Campylobacter and Listeria, which can cause severe illness in pregnant women and immunocompromised individuals. Reusing egg cartons for storage or crafts spreads these bacteria to new environments, and studies show that salmonella can penetrate through the shell into the egg within 3 minutes if the shell is cracked even slightly. The proper way to prevent cross-contamination is to crack eggs into a separate bowl first rather than directly into your recipe. Immediately dispose of shells in a lined garbage can with a lid. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds after handling raw eggs. Sanitize all surfaces that came into contact with raw eggs using a solution of 1 teaspoon bleach per gallon of water. Use separate cutting boards and utensils for eggs that are washed in the dishwasher at 160 BTF. And never reuse egg cartons or leave cracked eggs in the refrigerator for more than 2 hours. Now for the #1 most deadly mistake that hospitalizes thousands every year. Not cooking eggs to safe internal temperature. The most dangerous and potentially fatal mistake people make with eggs is failing to cook them to the safe internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit, leaving them vulnerable to salmonella poisoning that kills approximately 420 Americans and hospitalizes 79,000 every single year, according to the CDC. What makes this especially terrifying is that salmonella-infected eggs look, smell, and taste completely normal, giving no warning before they strike you with severe diarrhea, fever, and abdominal cramps that can last up to a week and cause permanent complications, including reactive arthritis and irritable bowel syndrome. The FDA estimates that 1 in every 20,000 eggs is contaminated with salmonella, which might sound rare until you realize the average American eats 279 eggs per year, giving you a 1 in 72 chance of encountering a contaminated egg annually. Popular dishes like sunny side-up eggs, soft poached eggs, and runny scrambled eggs typically only reach 140 to 145 degrees, leaving millions of potentially deadly bacteria alive and ready to multiply in your digestive system. A University of Minnesota study found that 89% of people incorrectly judge egg doneness by appearance alone, not realizing that eggs can look fully cooked while still harboring live salmonella, especially in the yolk, which takes longer to heat than the white. The bacteria multiply exponentially between 40 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, doubling every 20 minutes, which means an egg with just 10 salmonella cells can harbor over 10,000 cells if left in this danger zone for 3 hours. Restaurant outbreaks have traced back to hollandaise sauce, Caesar dressing, homemade mayonnaise, and raw cookie dough, all containing undercooked eggs that seemed perfectly safe. Children under 5, adults over 65, pregnant women, and anyone with a compromised immune system face a 10 times higher risk of severe complications from salmonella, including blood infections that have a 25% mortality rate. The terrifying truth is that salmonella can actually live inside the hen's ovaries and contaminate the egg before the shell even forms, meaning no amount of washing or careful handling can eliminate the risk if you don't cook eggs properly. Even pasteurized eggs, which are heated to 140 degrees for 3.5 minutes to kill most bacteria, still require cooking to 160 degrees for complete safety, according to FDA guidelines. The only reliable way to ensure eggs are safe is to use a food thermometer to verify they've reached 160 degrees F throughout, which means cooking scrambled eggs until they're firm with no visible liquid. Frying eggs until both the white and yolk are completely firm. Boiling eggs for at least 7 minutes for medium eggs or 9 minutes for large eggs, and avoiding any recipes that call for raw or undercooked eggs unless using pasteurized egg products specifically designed for raw consumption. For those who prefer runny yolks, sous vide cooking at 135 degrees BF for 75 minutes can achieve pasteurization while maintaining a creamy texture. Though this requires precise equipment and timing that most home cooks don't have access to, the science is crystal clear that eggs can be either one of nature's most perfect foods or a vehicle for serious illness, depending entirely on how you handle, store, cook, and consume them. These 7 mistakes aren't just minor issues to consider, but critical safety points that separate the 79,000 annual hospitalizations from the millions who safely enjoy eggs every day. By taking just a few extra seconds to check temperatures, store eggs properly, avoid cross-contamination, cook them thoroughly, time your consumption right, Pair them with the right foods and keep those nutritious yolks. You transform eggs from a potential hazard into the superfood they were meant to be. The difference between an egg that nourishes your body with complete proteins, essential vitamins, and brain-boosting nutrients versus one that sends you to the emergency room comes down to these simple but crucial preparation steps that take less than a minute of extra attention, but could literally save your life. If you have any questions or want to share your personal experience, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We're always listening. Thanks for watching. If this information changes the way you handle your morning breakfast, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. We are dedicated to uncovering the health truths that have been hidden from the public. Let's protect our health and grow a better future together. Our next investigation into the secrets of your kitchen will be opening soon.